Hey everybody, welcome to the TSG Multimedia video podcast for August 1st, 2015. This is John along with
Dan.
And we're looking at an HO scale Chicago and Northwestern something or other here. What's up with this?
This is a Proto 2000 GP38-2 that I kit bashed and painted myself. I think Atlas and maybe Proto 2000 have offered this paint scheme on GP38-2s, but the reason I originally did this particular kit bash is, one, I had several Proto 2000 GP38-2s and I'd mixed and matched parts from them to make certain engines, and what was left I ended up trying to find a prototype for, and I came out with CNW was the closest thing to a Western Railroad that I could come up with the parts I had.
Right.
So
it's like a kit bash.
Kind of, yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Something.
So that's why I did this. And the other thing is that none of the CNW Operation Lifesaver GP38-2 models that I've seen are actually accurate. They've all got something wrong with them. Either they don't have the right anti-climber or they've got some other detail problem. So this one is actually pretty accurate. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're going to kit bash, you might as well do it right. It's my philosophy.
If you're going to do anything, you might as well do it right.
Right. As much as I like this engine and as good as it looks, it's developed a problem.
Okay, it's not the beacon, because that's working just fine.
No, that's worrying. There's nothing with its looks. It's equipped with a Locosound DCC sound decoder, Locosound Select, like I use in most of my engines these days. And everything's great, except that when you run it, it doesn't want to go anywhere. Well, it's trying to now, but you'll see. See?
Oh, it's chunking.
Yeah, I see it's not really moving. The motor's spinning, but it's not moving very much. I mean, this thing should be going really fast right now. That's full throttle.
That's full throttle?
Yeah.
I thought maybe the driver didn't know what he was doing.
No. So what I suspect is that this model has a driveline failure.
That's a familiar theme with our podcasts.
I've used Northwest Shortline driveline components in 4 models, and so far 3 of the 4 have failed.
And this is the third one?
This is the third one. Yeah, I think I did on a podcast a while back. I had a different model that we did a driveline repair on.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a common theme.
Right. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but I'm going to use a little bit different components with this one. So first off, I'll have to take it apart.
Let's get started, as they say. All right. Well, a few minutes later, and it's apart. So,
yeah. And as it turns out, I guess only one of the drive shafts is bad. It's this one. This is the one that I built using the NWSL components. This other one looks like might be the stock Proto components, because actually this engine, I remember the motor was bad, so I replaced it with a Cato motor. It's the only Proto that I did that to.
Yeah. I bet it runs real nice with a Cato motor.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I reused the original flywheels, and I think I was able to reuse one of the original drive shafts, but I think one of the other ones was broken. I think what it was. One of these parts was broken and I couldn't use it. So I already tested. There's nothing wrong with the rear drive shaft at all. It works. That's probably why the Locomotive was kind of trying to move. But this one, as you can see, if I hold this just spins.
Yeah. So something's not grabbing, right?
Yeah, and this is what happens with these NWSL drive lines that I've noticed. Okay, so I've removed the cover over the worm, and now I can pull the worm out and remove the drive shaft. And yeah, actually looks like both ends are spinning. What happens is the little cracks form in this plastic. I can see one right here. And then it doesn't grip the shaft anymore, and it just spins.
Might be a little bit hard to see, but it's right at the top there.
Okay. So this one is a little unique in that, aside from the little balls on the shaft having split, the actual cup that fits on the worm has also split, and that's something I haven't seen before.
Yeah, I can see the little crack along the top of this too.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not quite big enough for the 2mm shaft that it's supposed to fit.
Yeah. Maybe they wanted to have a tight fit so that it wouldn't slip.
Yeah, probably, but it seems like it causes it to break after a while.
Yeah.
I went into my scrap box of drive components, and I cobbled together this.
It'll work though, right?
It should. It was a little bit more difficult because I guess this end is actually not 2 millimeters like I originally thought. It's 2.4 like an Athearn.
Oh.
But the shaft on the motor is 2 millimeter. So
you had to get 0.4 somewhere, huh?
I had to find 2 different fittings for the ends and then find a compatible shaft that would mate with both. So this is basically your standard Athearn spline coupling here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if these are A-line or Athearn ends. I'm not quite sure. Anyway,
do they use the same type of fittings?
A-line makes a copy of the Athearn.
Oh, then it probably doesn't really matter.
Pretty much the same. And some Protos use components that are very much like Athearn parts. So this should work. It seems to be working pretty well just turning it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel any, it's not spinning. So
does that mean we can put it back together and see what happens?
I think that means we can put it back together and see what happens, yeah.
Okay. Well, the beacon's working again.
Yeah, so I guess this is the moment of truth. I put this back together and I have not tried to run it yet.
The wires are connected properly, apparently.
Well, it's got power. That's one thing we know. Seems to be running now. It's maybe a little bit stiff, but it probably needs to break in a little bit now. Again,
you run it around a bit.
Yeah, but anyway, so at least it's actually running.
Yeah,
as opposed to not running. So
it moved
good.
when you hit the throttle.
It did. It did move.
That's a bonus.
Yes.
That's right.
What's supposed to happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for this video podcast. And I think next month, I want to talk about our exclusive Golden Spike rating system that we use in our product reviews. So unless we come up with a better idea, you can look forward to that discussion next month. And of course, as usual, our audio podcast comes out on the 15th, so don't forget to catch that. This month, we're supposed to, if everything goes to plan, have Henry Bender on the audio podcast. He's an author of some books and the foremost expert on Southern Pacific depots. So anyway, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks.